T-Man 978 Shill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Right now I'm bringing you Mezco 112 Collective G.I. Joe Destro. This is something you would think would never happen because this is a toy line, G.I. Joe, owned by a toy company. Like completely, totally. Normally they don't license their products out to other companies because they're making the toys themselves. But this is on a higher scale level than they normally make. So I guess they figured, let's get that money. Let's license this out. Mezco wants to do it, let them do it. But as you can see, this is based on the retro art style of the card back. And that face comes into play with the accessories. Speaking of accessories, let's start there. You get this display base like you normally get, this time with the Cobra logo on it. You get this little foot peg that is capable of being removed. I usually use the flight stand they include to push it forward to get that out of there. And here is the flight stand. Yay. This swivels, this opens up and grabs it. He's not a high flying character, but you could use this to get him into some action poses. I typically don't use this for every single character. They all of Mezco's come with this, and I appreciate it. You always get the 112 Collective baggie, which I have all his hands and heads in. And if you don't plan on using this little foot peg, you can throw that in there as well. And you can write the name of the character right there. You get this nice pistol right there. It has a port for blast effects or shooting effects. And there's a port for a ammo cartridge right there, which they do supply you with two. I'm going to be honest with you. One of these, when I put it in there, yeah, that one's loose. Let me try this one. This one stays a little bit better, but that first one I put in, I had to put it in backward to get it to stay, but there that is. You get this rifle right here, which looks nice. You can't tell if it's painted. It has little details up that are painted right there. I tried to remove this cartridge. I can't. I don't think this has any moving features, even though it's sculpted in such a way to make you believe that. So this is really cool as well. What makes me think that cartridge comes out is you have this extra magazine, but I can't for the life of me get that to come out of that rifle. You have this cool briefcase right here, high security briefcase. You can open this up and it has all this right there. It has a digital keyboard and all types of other things he would need to look at, whatever you want to pretend that is. It opens up to reveal that he works for Cobra. And you have these missiles and bombs and whatnot in there. And this is actually secretly a button. Push that. It lights up. Turn those off. And that's what that looks like. Push this one to turn it off. On, off. But if you don't want it to come on at all, there is an off and on switch right there. And the reason why this comes out, besides to put the batteries in, which they have instructions in the packaging. But if you didn't want the bomb stuff in there, here's his secret modular SMG right there. All of these pieces can come out and form a gun. I believe this will be his main pistol. It's more space age looking and more in line with the original G.I. Joe and the cartoon and whatnot. Let's do the complete rundown. We can put this ammo cartridge in there. So you got that going on so you can actually shoot somebody. You can put this scope on there. You can put this barrel extension right here. And I'm going to say this right here in the middle of putting this together. One of my issues with this set altogether is certain things are loosey-goosey and don't fit together as well as it should. You're going to have to get some type of crazy glue or something to thicken up spots and whatnot. And I have more stuff to talk about. But right now, like this ammo cartridge, like I said, with the other gun, won't stay in there. It's supposed to go in this direction. It's loose as I don't know what and keeps falling out. When I put it backward, it seems to stay. But technically it's supposed to be that way. If you don't want that small one, I don't know the technical name for it, but this additional grip right here for the front. So you'll have to take this out and slide this through there, which is easier said than done, at least the first time I did it. That time it was easy. So there's that. And finally, there's this stock. Now, this is something I definitely haven't been able to get. I can get it on there, but I haven't been able to get it to like lock into place. So the instructions aren't clearly detailed on that, but this is how, that's the best I can get it right there. But here's the full gun. He comes with this signature jewel necklace right there. That's made out, it has a metal chain and the plastic jewel and whatnot. Here's the back of it. So it's not red on both sides. Without all the extras, this gun can fit into that holster right there. And I'm scared to do this, but I'm gonna do it. This holster can come off. There we go. Because we have a different holster that can fit in there. Oh, they do have like the little plugs on the back like buttons. I'm going to do that off camera. Just to let you know, this does slide off the leg just in case, or slide down, just in case you need more grip to push that in. And you can even unwrap it from his leg by unpegging this right here. That took a lot more effort than I liked, but this gun fits into this holster right there. I suggest putting the gun in the holster before you try to push it into the pegs. But I don't like loosening little pegs like that because they typically, once you break the seal, that's it, and they don't work right anymore. His arm gauntlet right here is just plain, it's missing something. It's missing these missiles right there. He always had that. And let me get into this. This missile and the next accessory, I had to put a dab of crazy glue on the inside peg so that it would thicken it up so that this would stay on there. It kept falling off repeatedly until I did that. I don't think I ever once saw him fire these from on the show, but this is what that would look like if he decided to do that, or what it could look like. It's what Mezco thinks it looks like. This gauntlet over here has a communicator right there, just like something you would see on the cartoon. So that's really cool. Let's see if I can actually zoom in on this. I guess it would be a communicator and like GPS type situation, whatever you need. Destro comes with fist. Here's a pointing finger and a relaxed grip hand. Here's two more gesture hands. I guess these would be the gun cupping hands, to be honest. But they would also be good for a pose like this where he's holding the briefcase. Speaking of holding the briefcase, he has two briefcase holding hands. He has a tight grip hand for the smaller weapons. Smaller weapon example 2. Bigger grip hand for the rifle right there. Last thing to talk about is his face options. I personally think they all look great. As you can see, he has the black eyes with the silver irises and whatnot. Looks like that. Nice shiny paint. I love Mezco's the way the heads pop off and on. This is the variant of that same face. I like it. He's always laughing. Yeah, there we go. I like that still. Then we have the retro box art face, which honestly to me still looks good. So it looks like something stinks, but that would be appropriate for him. And let me mention this while I'm letting you see the details on the body. As you can see, he's not wearing a shirt right there. This is all hard plastic, and this is padded back there. Let me turn the autofocus off. I like the way they did that. I didn't think they would. I thought it was going to be soft plastic. I thought it was going to be cloth. And I thought it was going to be too puffy and I wouldn't like it. But I like the way they did that. As they like to do, they like to put the extra techie detail on these figures. Just like you would get in a new Marvel movie or new movies, period. You don't just get flat outfits anymore. This belt isn't locked into place. So that's another accessory technically. In the front, you get the bulging crotches normal. You get more of that techie detail. He did not skip leg day. His legs are huge. And here are the boots. I like the way it looks. Only thing I don't like about him and pretty much every Mezco, when you kick the leg forward, the way they sculpt the butt, they don't sculpt it to look like a butt all the way down. So you have the visible like ball joints instead of like a real butt, and I hate that. But other than that, he looks really good. Gripes, and I don't know what this looks like on camera. On camera, it looks like it looks good. I can tell that this is not flesh tone plastic. It's like black plastic painted flesh tone. And yeah, your mileage will definitely vary when you get your figure. My figure, depending on the light, it does not look good. The black is bleeding through. And I don't like that. So that's another gripe right there. But you keep this here, you don't have to worry about it. I know he's supposed to be Scottish, but I wish he had more of a tan like he did in the show. His chest was pretty orange. I know it's pronounced orange, but in Baltimore you say orange. But I wish it was more tan. In the show for years, I thought he was a black guy. And I found out that he was voiced by a black guy. He sounded black to me. He didn't talk jive or whatever they would want them to talk back in the 80s. But he sounded like a proper English speaking black dude to me. So seeing him with this bright, pale white chest is kind of weird for me. But reality is reality, and that's what they chose for him. He's a Scottish white guy. In the show, it looked like he was wearing an orange shirt to me. I just gave myself a lot to edit. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but dumbbell post you may have seen. You can get all this and this ball at the base. Get that down there, get this, that, rotate the head, tilt the heads, all that. You get somewhat of a butterfly joint. It's not a lot, but the arm can go up over 90 and rotate up without fear of breaking. Then when I stretch the fabric out, I can see they use flesh tone plastic under there. His bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. Universal wrists, greatly hindered by the gauntlets. You get all of this. All of that comes forward a lot, to be honest. You can rotate and tilt side to side. Leg goes out to the side a lot. No fear of ripping the fabric. Kick forward, kick back. Thigh rotation, and I can see it in his pants right there too, the flesh tone plastic. Boot swivel, double jointed knees. And the ankle pivot, I believe, is on a ball joint. So you get what a ball joint's gonna give you, which ain't a lot. In the torso area, he's better than a G.I. Joe Classified Series figure. But everywhere else, Hasbro would probably win in articulation. Speaking of Hasbro, here's what you got. He's definitely more muscular. Looks more like a real person because it's wearing fabric goods with real musculature underneath of the pants. This is just a sculpted action dude. But you can see they're pretty much the same height. One thing Hasbro did better, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to even zoom in on this. Hasbro was able to give him green irises with pupils in there. Well, this just has the black eyes and just the silver iris. So Hasbro did better. You can't really tell right here, but in person I can see it. Here he is with the people I think of when I think of Cobra. All Hasbro figures. They need to desperately redo the Baroness to have double jointed elbows. There he is next to these two GIJOE from Hasbro. I did pre-order the Mezco version of Roadblock. Fortnite dude and Action Force dude. Mezco Bishop and Magneto. He's probably using this Bishop body, to be honest, because the legs are very large, just like his. Here he is riding Hasbro's Cobra coil that came with the Baroness. And here's Hasbro's Fortnite Victory Royale series motorboat. So if you couldn't tell, ultimately I like this figure. I love the realistic aesthetics, and it just looks more like a real person than what you would get for $20-$25, of course. I believe this was a deluxe set because it comes with things you wouldn't normally get, like this briefcase with the light up effect in it. And it costs more than the typically their price is like $80. I think this was either $100 or $110. I can't remember. So with that being the case, I am disappointed about some of the accessories not working as well as they should. Like things being loose and I had to tighten it myself. Or when you put this on there, that's loose and this doesn't stay in. Maybe this is something that happens. I doubt it would be real life. Real life, once you click this on, it's supposed to just be on. I haven't figured it out. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. You let me know in the comments. I know you will. Y'all love correcting people. But yeah, like I said, ultimately I like it and I'm happy with my purchase ultimately. So I think you would be too. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here.
Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos.